Anyways, I have more dreams about theaters. I had this one dream where there's this theater where there's like this really sloped down hallway and that stuff, and then like on the right side is the entrance of the theater. And it's probably the world's biggest theater. I think I talked about this one when my dad was in, and it was weird. It's probably like maybe 1,000 seat theater, but it was all like low. But it was like an IMAX theater, but like each step was like skinny. It was like half a step. One step was half a step, and it's like that was one row of like seats and that stuff. And there was like so many. It was like thousands of seats and that stuff. And it was crazy because it was like, and it felt haunted. That theater. And I remember cleaning it. I remember having my uniform with the sweep buckets and that stuff and the big barrels and picking up garbage in there. I remember in another theater where it was like there was another where it was like a second balcony. You know, like those theaters where there's a second story and it's like a balcony, but the only way to get is up is through another room instead of the main room and that stuff. And I remember having to clean up there and falling off and hanging off like a projectory while one of the movies ended and that stuff. And there's people still, sitting in popcorn, cleaning popcorn. I remember that. I remember I walked into this one theater in this like casino or like this arcade place where like, you go downstairs, there's like 4 theaters and one of them was playing the zombie movies like for like to promote the new Dead Island or something like that. It was called like Rage or something like that. And it was weird because a bunch of zombies came out of the projection screen, and I was like, bro, this is scary, dude. I mean, this is like Mini of the Dead or something like that. And then there was another one that was called what was another movie theater? I had another movie theater dream where there's a theater in a theater, but like the small, like it was like a small theater within a big theater, but the small theater was like kind of blocked off. It's kind of more for private guests, but it was still open. It was still running. They just kept it running in secret and stuff. And it's weird because there was like this private room where like workers can sleep and that stuff, and like one of the old workers was living there. It was like for the managers, and they had a TV, and there was like smoke, like roaches. Like when I mean roaches was like joint roaches or blunt roaches. Like some old workers were living there, and I guess it was like haunted, but it wasn't haunted. I remember the dog was there, and there was a pull-out couch or like that stuff, and it was actually really comfy and that stuff. Blankets comfy, sleeping in there, and it actually smelled like roaches, which was funny. And I remember like the small theater had its own concession stand. It had like 4 theaters inside, while the other big theater had like 7 and that stuff. I was like, whoa, what kind of theater is this, bro? I thought it was cool, bro. It was like the middle school where it had like the big gym, then it has like the little gym, like same with the high school like that. But yeah, it was really cool, man. Like I like those dreams. When I have more, I'll definitely talk about them. Before I go, I do want to say one more about this one zombie dream. It was like a casino dream. I had this dream where there used to be a casino I used to go to. I never went to a casino, but in this dream, like my grandmother lived this place, and then like right across, just going through a straight line, there's a casino you can go through. It had like a mini arcade. I remember playing this like one-shot basketball games for toddlers, but I still played it. And they had like just huge IMAX screen Mario Kart, the world's biggest claw machine, a sports game, video game place, a lever wheel fortune gambling game, tokens and that stuff. And then it had a theater, and I remember one time it had this main open room. Like it kind of felt like going to like one of those Pepsi centers or sports centers. And you know how it's like a huge big, and they're supposed to have like cars there. Like it's an event area where you put like cars, vehicles, or tents in the area, but it's all clear and empty, and the only thing that's in the middle is this black car. And then all of a sudden it gets swarmed by zombies. It's weird because it takes place at the Santa Ana Center, which is where in Rio Rancho and that stuff. And then all of a sudden it's weird because like there's a even bigger parking lot. I remember I was running to my cars, and then like all the other cars and parking lots is on fire and that stuff because like zombies are running and taking down cities. I was like, bro, this is crazy. But I probably talked about that, but we'll talk about some other time. Till then, I gotta end it. All right, later.